I'm Rita Hickman, body mind expert, shiatsu massage therapist, and I show up every morning and I chat with you about metaphysical and relationship and body mind topics and tools that help you create a better life. I specialize in helping women who have narcissistic and toxic relationships. That's my specialty. And I use all of those body mind tools that I've healed for myself and with my clients to help other women sort themselves out too. So today we're going to talk about things like wiggly things like essential oils and psychics and astrology. Now, I'm someone who has done decades of shamanic work. I lead talking circles, I lead sweat lodges, I help group work, I do one-on-one with women, and I've been doing it for about 14 years. And before the 14-year profession I turned it into, I worked on myself a lot. I really did a lot of self-healing, and I went many different directions. And from Asian medicine to therapy to energy healing to all of it. And what I used to think was that all of those things were just psychological games that we played on ourselves in order to keep ourselves feeling sane. I really didn't understand how to use these tools, how to use things like an astrological chart, or how to use essential oils, or how to use a reading from someone who's connected to something bigger than them. I didn't know. And so I lost and wasted all of these wonderful tools that would have started my healing process and made it speed up a million times faster because I didn't know how to use the tools that I already had or the tools that were around me. And so I just didn't. Without knowing where they fit, I just didn't use them. So here's the deal. Things like an astrology chart, they give you an idea of what's coming up, how to prepare, and not be blindsided. It's actually quite accurate. At the beginning of this year, it was suggested I get a year-long chart done. So I did. So I diligently put down, the important dates in my calendar with one or two lines and then put it aside. And then what would happen is I would see, next week there's this thing going on. There's going to be an awakening. There's going to be poor communication. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be tension. There's going to be joy. There's going to be ascension. There's whatever it may be. It gave me an idea for a few days leading up and then during and then afterwards in order to flow and flex with what was going on. I learned that essential oils, when you use them when you're triggered or before you're triggered, they keep your nervous system from making you feel crazy, from making you feel in fight or flight. And most people are in fight or flight all the time. And what happens is we let ourselves suffer. We get angry, hurt, upset, worried, and we stay in that obsessive place until something breaks us out, until we decide to take an hour and a half walk, or we finally have a good talk with a friend. But most of these things that keep us healthy, mentally, emotionally, and physically, and keep our relationships healthy and keep our home healthy, they need to be used as soon as you notice that you're out of balance. And so essential oils are brilliant, not only for tripping the trigger back so you're back in your rational self with your head brain and your heart brain and your gut brain, but also preemptive to keep your nervous system soothed, to keep you in a good place. And the cool thing is many times I use essential oils as part of my emotional healing process. So I allow myself to watch things or do things which might be uncomfortable, but I've got my oils nearby because they're inhaled medicine and they talk to your brain and they physically tell your brain to do different things. And so when I need to flip my trigger back, I keep my essential oils around. So what about psychics? I mean, who are psychics? What do they have anything to do with anything? What I've discovered over my decades of doing this stuff, and it took me a long time to buy in, let me tell you, is that every thought we have is an electrical connection in our brain. It's something happening in our brain. And when action happens, just like a ripple in the water, there's a wave. When you do something in water, there's a wave. And the wave can go, to the other side of Lake Michigan, to the other side of the ocean. Like when they say if butterflies flap their wings, does it create a hurricane, on the other side of the world? When you think, you send out wavelengths. When you feel things, you send out wavelengths. And these wavelengths can be finer or they can be heavier. And the finer someone can tune into, the better someone can tune into those finer wavelengths, the better their information is, the better their intuition is. They're able to hear higher truths. They're able to connect into something higher than themselves and also connect into other consciousnesses, maybe those that have passed by. So since everything that we do creates a wave and is a wave, and we're like an antenna who's sending out and picking up radio waves from everything, psychics are really helpful because they can help you see things which you aren't seeing. They can give you information that can direct you in a good way that you, because maybe you're heavier, maybe you're feeling sad or angry or aggravated or frustrated, you can't see because you're in those heavier emotions. So, okay, what does this have to do with anything? All right, I'm taking all of these tools and all of my friends and all of my healer friends, all the best coaches and thought leaders and healers from around the world. And we're coming together for 7 days next week, Monday through Sunday. And every day we're going to work on a different topic. Home, family, health, wealth, intuition, spirituality, relationships. And during the day, we're going to cover topics that talk about your body in relationships or your mind in relationships or your environment and your relationships, or cultural ideas in your relationships. We'll do that on the relationship day. On like the home day, we'll do your body and home, your mind and home, your environment and home, and cool topics like how to know if someone's lying to you. Or we'll do a live channeled reading around that topic. Or we've even got meal planning, or we've got mindsets around money and the energy of money. So the cool thing is, if you just do one thing a day, and they're like 20 minutes, some are a little bit longer. If you do just one thing a day, then what will happen is that changes will start to occur. Because every night we're going to come together and deal with any emotions that came up, blocks that came up, because that's the real trick. When your nervous system feels crazy, you can't take action because you aren't clear, because you're hijacked, because your emotions are dysregulated. But when you take time around things like health, wealth, relationships, narcissistic relationships, toxic relationships, work relationships, or family, living with a narcissistic spouse or divorcing a narcissistic spouse, or home, how to create an environment around yourself that makes you feel peaceful. When you get rid of the yeah buts, the emotional triggers that keep you from taking action, and that's what we're going to do every night of the challenge, you're able to take action. And then we support you in a big way. We've got a private Facebook group where every time you engage, every time you support, it adds to the genius of the group. You get to hear other people's stories, you get to be supportive, you get support for your own ideas, you get accountability so that you actually follow through on the things that you want to do. Because all the science says you only need to make 1% change in multiple areas of your life. And that's what we're going to do over 7 days. We're just going to make a 1% change, small change in lots of areas of your life. We're going to deal with the emotional stuff that goes on underneath, and you're going to get group, family, cultural village, whatever support that you need. And we're going to reward people for engaging. The top 3 engagers every day, we're having a prize sheet that all the coaches and healers are donating stuff to, which should be pretty cool. And then at the end of the week, the women who engage the most will be invited for free into the group coaching I'm going to be doing, my 7-week group coaching in January, or even 3 months of one-on-one coaching with me around any sort of topic. But I do specialize in narcissistic relationships, women getting divorced, women wanting to move forward. And lots of the coaches are offering coaching times with them too. So I invite you, go to the link up above, register, and Monday, we're going to start our challenge at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm looking forward to you being a part of this. I want you to be a part of this. We all want you to be a part of this, because if you make a change in your life, you are going to be one of the leaders in the world, and we need that. With all the craziness going on, with everybody at odds, we need all of us to be as healthy as we can. So the goal is to create a peaceful home for the holidays using all of this genius information that's coming just for you. Oh my gosh, just for you. and we're going to heal any issues around it and support you through taking action. If you want to change, if you are so sick and tired of being pushed and pulled like a puppet, if you're tired of feeling like you can't go into your home without being attacked, if you're tired of feeling like you're pulled in a million different directions and everybody wants something from you, if you're tired of having to stand up for yourself and still being bulldozed, this is for you. Because you're going to learn how to keep yourself calm, how to keep yourself centered, how to take simple, easy changes in your life and turn them into something great. Because you know what happens when you take a plant and you put it in good soil and you water it and you add some Miracle-Gro and you make sure it's in a good place for sunlight and you go and talk to it and it's got other plants around it and it's part of an ecosystem. You know what happens? It thrives. It changes. It blossoms. You know what happens if you take a plant, you put it in nasty soil and don't take care of it and don't tend it? It withers and dies. And that's where most of us are right now. We're in the withering and dying stage, just trying to keep our head above water. So if you're ready to stop wilting and start blossoming, no matter what relationships you're in, no matter how hard they are, we can create that peace inside of you. No matter how hard your situation is, we can help you get that peace you're looking for, that centeredness and that groundedness and alignment. We want you to be that person. So we're here to support you. Okay, so register up above. It's free, 7 days, starts Monday. And when you do register, just feel free to comment. And we'll start the ball rolling because we need to make the world a little bit better. And so we're bringing together the best and brightest minds I know to share their lifelong geniuses with you. So have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow morning.